Hello, Internet peeps, and welcome to another edition of Escape from SideQuest, where bi-weekly, I almost said weekly, but bi-weekly, we come here and we talk about video games, because that's what us nerds do. We play some video games, we watch some movies, yada yada, whatever. But anyway, I'm Joe Dubs. Here with me is...
I'm Andy.
I fucked up the intro, like usually. But, yeah, so we're back. We took a week off because I had a visit here at the house. So I was mostly going out, getting food, going to restaurants, doing some cool things. And also editing the Nemesis project, the Resident Evil podcast that me and Zach do. And we released part 1, and we recorded part 2 for Resident Evil 2 2 days ago. So that should be coming out soon. But before we start getting to the nitty gritty of this podcast, Andy, what the hell you been playing?
I still played more Pokemon stuff. I finally beat Pokemon Moon, and I did all the post-game Moon nonsense. I got a bunch of legendaries, started trying to fill out the Alolan Pokedex.
Mm-hmm.
Then I started Pokemon White, so I'm all Pokemon excited now, and I've been streaming Ultima Runes of Virtue. I want to finish that game and then do a review on YouTube or something. I am going to do a review on it. The game's really interesting because of how it uses the Game Boy's limited resources to do interesting puzzles. And a friend and I, Zach and I I've been playing through Resident Evil 2, and he's been sitting there telling me what I'm doing wrong.
It's funny because we just talked about the Resident Evil 2. Was that after we did the recording or before, pretty much?
Both, I guess. I've been working through it here and there. Whenever we all hang out, if we're doing it at my house, he comes up early, and we play it for a couple hours.
So have you never played Resident Evil 2?
No, I didn't play Resident Evil 1 or 2 or 3 or Code Veronica. 4 was my first Resident Evil.
Ooh, okay. What do you think of it so far?
It's pretty fun. I'm used to the controls finally, but every once in a while I'm still like, God damn it, why is this game like this?
Mm-hmm.
But whatever, it's still fun, and I love the design and the atmosphere of the game, so...
Yeah, I was telling Zach, I don't know if I told it during the podcast or off the podcast, that we're so used to games now where our hands are held, where we're, with good camera angles and good controls. But like Resident Evil in the beginning, it's like tank controls, bad camera angles, and just you get pissed off playing it, especially when you're playing against boss battles and all that stuff, and you're just like, stop moving. I'm trying to deal with this tank control that's garbage. But that was gaming back then, and it was cool. And now when you play it now, it's just like, God damn it, I wish these camera angles were good.
Yep.
But you said you were streaming?
Yeah, Ultima Runes of Virtue. There was an Ultima spin-off game. I've never played the Ultima games. I talk about this on the streams a little bit too, and of course I'll save some of it for the video when I'm playing it. But I never played Ultima, and it's this huge blind spot in my gaming knowledge. And for no reason in particular, I wanted to play Ultima Runes of Virtue, the Game Boy spin-off.
Mm-hmm.
And it is really fun. It's really creative, and like I said, I'm going to focus heavily on how the puzzles in it are interesting, because it's just a dungeon crawler and it's for the Game Boy, so it's not like you can do a whole lot besides shoot arrows at bats, but they're really clever. There's some neat puzzles, and you gotta shove some stuff around, and you gotta be smart. It's a fun game. It's clever.
Yeah, next time you stream, send me a link through the Facebook, because I have so many emails that I follow on like Twitch or YouTube, and it just falls through, I guess. Maybe I need to follow less people. I think that's the solution. Me, on the other hand, not a lot of gaming, but 2 games have been taking up my time. Tetris 99, which we will talk about in the Nintendo Direct that happened 2 weeks ago. And Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. I started playing that last episode. We talked about it. I just was like, oh, this is so easy compared to the old one.
Hmm.
it gets a little hard. Like there are times where you're just like they throw a couple of trainers out there that have like three Pokemon and be like, "Ha, this is like level 35. Get fucked." And then some gym leaders are kind of hard, but I do love the change that they did so that they can make it easy for people that want to get into Pokemon. But I also kind of dig that it's not like old school Pokemon where you walking and you just Pokemon comes and you have to battle it and then catch it. I kind of like the new there's Pokemon in the grass, go catch it kind of deal.
Yeah, that's like the biggest turn off for those games for me is I like that. I like going to I like catching a Pokemon being a challenge, not just like oh, okay, got it.
Hmm. And I maybe you can answer this since you've been playing some of the Pokemon, and I don't know if you did play one of the recent ones. What is a shiny?
It's a rare. I can't remember the odds of seeing one. It's like 1 in 4,100 or something. It varies from game to game, but a shiny is a super rare discoloration of a Pokemon. It's
Mm.
basically just like a flipped color palette, or sometimes they're just like slightly darker or something like that. Some of them look crazy, and then some of them just look slightly different. But
Mm-hmm.
seeing one is really rare. Like in a regular playthrough, if you see one, it's pretty lucky. I got one when I played through X, but I never saw one in Moon.
Yeah, it's kind of weird that in Pokemon Let's Go they have like a tiny and then huge. It's like they're highlighted in like a white color and then they're highlighted in a red color, and I'm just like, what is the difference in it? Because me, I'm very OCD. So like when I have duplicates of some other Pokemon, I'm like, why do I have this? I kind of just wanted to have one. And every time my Pokemon evolves, like for example, um, Pikachu turned into a Raichu in my game, and I was like, no, 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 I need Pikachu. So I went to the grass and I started using my lore, and started trying to find Pikachu's everywhere, and finally
Well,
got.
if you had a Raichu, that means you evolved your Pikachu on purpose, right? Because you have to use a Thunderstone.
No, when it gets to a certain level, it just automatically does it.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you can. This is another thing I kind of hate. You can go to a store in one of the towns and buy like a Firestone or like
Sure.
a Thunderstone, and they're like 5,000 whatever currency they have,
Poké dollars.
Poke dollars. Yeah,
That's what I've heard everyone call them. I don't know if that's like the canonical name for them, but it's pretty ubiquitous. Just Poké dollars.
yeah. So I'm like, because you gain so much money when you're fighting trainers, and with me with Eevee, I have this one move where it's like I could just use it and it's a one hit move. So I've been just like pounding every trainer that I see. I mean, there are some that kind of give you a little trouble here and there, but I'm like, man, I'm already at like 90 grand, so I could buy a bunch of like Thunderstones and Firestones and just start leveling up my characters and stuff.
It just levels them up.
Oh no, no, it evolves them, and there's candy and there's other
Rare,
stuff.
rare candy, probably.
Yeah, there's like PP pills. I call them PP pills because they look like a pill, and they just like power up whatever stuff. They have like a mighty candy. They have a defense candy.
Hmm.
So
It sounds like a bunch of stuff that was in the other Pokemon games, but they gave it more reasonable names because a lot of it's really confusing. There's
mhm.
stuff that will raise the PP of certain items, but some of them have dumb names. Like one of them's like I can't even remember. They're like vitamin supplements and stuff like that.
Yeah, and it's weird because back then I'd never really bothered with them. I remember using like rare candies. I think rare candies were the ones that kind of leveled up or did like a evolving of a Pokemon, and
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
and
They just level it one level.
I remember the cheat code in Game Boy Color, where you got infinite ones. That was pretty cool. Man, cheat codes were cool back in the day. Now it's like demonized. But what can I say? I kind of like it. I find myself exploring a lot. Back then, I really didn't explore a lot, and I didn't really try to catch all the Pokemon. And now in this one, I am. Maybe because it's more easier than the old ones. Maybe I'm just a lame, casual Pokemon player. But yeah, I played that, and then I played Tetris 99. If anybody's familiar with that, Tetris 99 is a battle royale Tetris game.
That game is fun.
Yes, it is. It's addicting. And we'll go into that more when we get into our news of the week, pretty much.
Yeah, it's really stacked up this show.
Yep. Andy, since you beat Pokemon Moon, that means you cleared one of your quests.
Yes.
So that means you get a quest for this week. So
I had an easy one. Beat any game in my backlog, which is like 1,000 million games. So it was easy.
Yep. Nice. All right, so you're up first. I'm spinning right now. Spin, spin, spin the wheel of quest. Beat a game in a foreign language.
Oh, God. That was one of the rough ones. When I put that one on there, I was like, this one's going to be a pain in the ass. Okay. You have to think about that.
All right, you going to type that in your little section in the doc?
Oh, my browser went down.
I got it. I got it for you. Beat a game in a foreign language.
Right on.
I spelled foreign wrong. God damn it. Thank God for autospell. All right, my turn. Spin, spin, spin the wheel of quest. Win a match online. That should be easy. I can play NHL.
You should play me, and if I win, I complete Host Showdown, and if you win, you complete that.
All right, deal. What game are we gonna play?
I don't know. Probably Smash Bros.
Yeah. Oh, dude, we got you. Nah, man, that means you're gonna win.
I got the physical LAN adapter for my Switch, so playing Smash Online is smooth as butter now.
Yeah, I gotta get the Switch for like a router switch and get the adapter. Or maybe my connection's good and I don't know. We'll try it out.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, so I'm back to capped out quest, and I believe you are too. We both have 5.
Yep.
I still gotta do that first generation pinball challenge. God damn it. Anyway, let's get into some news. So since we were gone for a week, they did 2 Nintendo Directs. They did a 37-minute one, I believe. And then they did a 7-minute one. The 37-minute one had a bunch of games, and
I had notes on it here somewhere. I bet I threw them away.
I'll quickly run down because I have the list right here of all the games, and stop me whatever you want to talk about.
All right. Well, the first thing you're going to say is going to be Mario Maker 2, and I'm going to stop you right away because Mario Maker 2. Oh my God, I'm so excited! I love Mario Maker. It's so great.
Yeah, and it was a surprise, and I don't know why they put it early in the thing. I would think they would want to keep that last.
I think it makes sense because everyone knew it was coming. Mario Maker was like the only reason a lot of people bought the Wii U. Mm-hmm. So, of course, they were going to make it for the Switch, and they could have gone the lazy way and just ported it over. But they're going to be cool and actually make a 2, and it's going to have a bunch of new stuff in it. Like, they got a bunch of stuff from Mario 3D World in it. It looked like some more send-ups to Odyssey and stuff like that. So everyone knew they were going to do that, so whatever. Here it is. We're going to open with this and get everyone's blood pumping and get all exciting. And then the final one, that one was the more of a surprise because no one saw that coming. No one thought they were going to remake Link's Awakening 20 years later, which is awesome that they are because that game kicks ass.
Yeah, and when I first saw it, I'm like, man, they're really making another Zelda game? And, I mean, they are, but, it's not like a big new thing. It's like a remake of the old Game Boy one.
Yeah.
And oh my god, kind of looks like 3D Dot Heroes kind of camera angle and play style. So I was like, oh, this looks fucking cool. I never played Link's Awakening, so
It's good.
I mean, I'm probably gonna play the old one and then obviously play the new one. Kind of little mentions here. We have Marvel Ultimate Alliance 3. They showed more of that, showing that there's gonna be like 4-player multiplayer co-op and all that stuff. So that's cool. I know you're a big fan of this. More of Captain Toad. What'd you think of that?
I was upset, and I'll tell you why. Because I have it on the Wii U, and I beat the snot out of that game. I almost 100%ed it. There's only a few levels on it that I didn't have all like full stars on.
Mm-hmm.
And I told myself, I'm not going to rebuy this on the Switch. I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it. It came out. I didn't do it. I'm very proud of myself. Even though they added a few levels I really wanted to play, I'm not going to pay $40 to play 5 new levels or whatever. Then they're going to make DLC for it and put it only on the Switch, not on the Wii U. I mean, of course they're not. But god damn it, now I want that game more. So I was upset. Because if you haven't played Captain Toad, it's the best. I love that game. It's so much fun. It's so simple. It's like, it's not a full $60 game. They knew exactly what they were doing. They're like, we're going to make a simple premise, a lot of fun, really colorful, lots of charm, small, reasonable price. I love that game. Captain Toad is one of my favorite Wii U games. If you had me list my 5 favorite Wii U games, that game would find its way on that list for sure. It might even be at the top. I don't know. Stuff like Mario Kart and Smash Brothers exists, so maybe not, but it'd be in the top 5 for sure. Love it.
Nice, and they said 2-player co-op is in it, so that's cool.
Yeah.
They did a little fucking dick tease with Super Smash Brothers. They're like, "Oh, new update's coming, but we'll tell you later." I was like,
they dated Joker to a month at least, so that's something.
Yeah. Then they announced Bloodstained. I think that's like the Castlevania look-alike game. What was that? Some Disney game that I have no idea about. Then they had the Battle of Starwolf team. More Star Fox stuff and Starlink, which I still need to play, by the way. It's still in the box.
What the fuck? Do it.
Yeah, I know. I gotta play it and I gotta stream it and everything.
Yeah, stream it. Let me know. I'm curious about that game above many other games because I really don't want to get into a game where I gotta buy a bunch of plastic nonsense to play. But man, Star Fox is cool. What is Star Fox? What's flying in space?
I mean, you don't need it because there is a digital on there, so I'm guessing. But it's cool. I got the Star Fox thing, so.
I mean, I would still do it. I mean, that's the kind of guy I am. When they announced Amiibo, I was like, they know exactly what they're doing.
Mm-hmm. So they announced Rune Factory 4 and then Rune Factory 5, which is kind of like a Harvest Moon kind of thing.
Yeah, those games are like super popular with a real niche audience. I think a lot of people are probably really excited about it. I've never played any of those games. Have you?
Yeah, no, my friend told me about it. It says it's really good, and she's into like Animal Crossing and Harvest Moon. I'm like, maybe I'll give it a shot.
Yeah, I've heard good things.
Yeah, I'm really impressed with the JRPGs that are coming out.
Yeah, there's a lot of them.
Then you have Yoshi. What was it? Craft World.
Yeah.
It looks good. I will say.
Yeah,
that.
it looks good. It looks like it's got a lot of that charm that drew me to Captain Toad. But I played the latest Kirby game, and it was like, it's a really well-made game, but it's almost too easy to be interesting. And I'm afraid Yoshi's gonna be.
So. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. It would be good if it's like a later on in a bargain bin, like $20. I'll definitely get that. And then they announced Tetris 99, which is free, by the way.
If you're a subscriber to Nintendo.
But it's $20. Go get the online thing.
Yeah, honestly, even if you don't play games online, it's getting to the point where it's almost worth it because you get the online saves, save backup. You get all the NES games, which at this point there's a fair amount of. They release 2 to 3 a month. You get Tetris 99, and there's a few other like little exclusive stuff along those lines. And I'm not saying, "Oh, this is a great value." It's not, but I mean, it's they're trying at least. It's not. people want to compare it to PlayStation and Xbox services. You're
Hmm.
paying a lot more for those services, so of course you're going to get a lot more. If you can pay $20 for a year of the Nintendo service, cut them some slack. You're getting some pretty novel stuff for $20.
Yeah, and we have some news story later that I kind of want to tie something in about that. But kind of quickly going on the games really quickly. Dead by Daylight looked terrible on the Switch.
Yeah,
I don't know what's going on with that. And Assassin's Creed 3 looks fucking terrible frame rate and glitchy. So
I don't know about that. I thought it looked okay. I never played that game, and I always wanted. I figure I've said it before, and I'll say it again. If something comes out on the Switch, my interest in playing it
hmm
goes way up. So maybe I don't know. It was just a trailer. I didn't notice any like glitches or anything. That'd be silly if I put in a trailer.
Oh, it didn't look good to me. Especially for like an I mean, I know Ubisoft has like glitches and stuff and frame rate,
Yeah,
but
Ubisoft's games are nonsense.
still, that game is real old. It should have been worked on a little bit longer to be ported, I guess.
I wonder what the price point will be.
Probably 30. I'm gonna guess.
I was thinking that too. I
Uh,
wish
th-
it would be 20. I feel more comfortable. 20. Sorry, keep going.
yeah, yeah. I would wait for 20, but they announced the Damien X Machina demo, which I kind of got a little upset because it's like a limited time. I'm like, why can't demos be on there forever?
Yeah,
Just let me play the demo forever.
totally.
Then they had a realistic racing heading to Nintendo Switch, which is Grid. Not really
Yeah.
I don't really care about that. I want arcadey games on the Switch, not realistic.
Yeah, the realistic ones are okay, but when I think realistic racer, I think Forza, I think Gran Turismo.
Mm-hmm.
And when I saw that, I was like, oh, it's the best they could do, or something like that. Like, it's kind of unfair. It's probably a really good game, but still.
Yeah, I'll see it when I believe it, I guess. And then they said Hellblade.
Wait, what? You said you'll see it when you believe it. It was weird. Sorry.
Yeah, I said it wrong.
I didn't want to let that slip. People comment. Saying weird. Anyway, sorry, keep going.
Hellblade Senua Sacrifice.
Awesome. Which is I never picked it up on PS4. Meant to.
So you're gonna definitely pick it on the Switch?
Probably. I don't know. I'm probably gonna stick it on my wish list, and if I get a notification, it's on sale. I can see myself.
Mm-hmm.
I got a lot of stuff to buy. I'm about as soon as the show's over, I'm gonna go sit down at my Switch and buy the Sega Aegis release of Outrun. I got a new controller today. It looks like a Sega Genesis controller, and it works with my Switch.
Sweet. And then they showed off like a really long time of Fire Emblem Three Houses, and I never played Fire Emblem, and I think this is gonna be my first one.
Yeah, it should be. I love the Fire Emblem games. Earlier today, you asked me about Game Boy Advance games. Apparently, all the Fire Emblems for it are really good.
Nice. Yeah, I'm actually thinking about. I'm on eBay. I have like 3 Game Boy Advance SP things that I'm like watching right now. So
Do you know the difference between the model number? Which one has the better screen?
yeah, 101.
Okay, right on.
Uh, yeah. The only problem with 101 is that they go in the hundreds, though. So I don't know if I'm gonna get the 101. Who knows? Maybe I will.
Hmm.
I just want something to play. Yeah, so the 3 houses was interesting, just based off of what the 3 factions, the 3 castles, and all that stuff, and the churches, the churches in the middle that combines all those 3 houses and stuff.
Yeah, it's weird that it's like a school and you're like a headmaster or whatever. It's a strange dynamic that I haven't seen in Fire Emblem. But I have not played all the Fire Emblem games by a wide margin, so whatever. But it seemed interesting, and I was already excited about the game because it's a Fire Emblem game that's for the Switch. They already had me hooked, but now I'm even more hooked. I'm hooked to dirt.
Are you hooked for Dragon Quest, the new
Yes. I said that from the get go. I'm pretty sure way back before the Switch even came out when we were shows, I was saying, "Oh, Dragon Quest 11 is going to come to the Switch, and I'm going to get it." And back then, it wasn't like official, but it was kind of like everyone knew it was going to happen official. And now it's finally official. I'm going to buy that motherfucker. I'm going to play it. God damn it.
Yep. So that's another JRPG. So they teased the new IP from Platinum Games, Astral Chain.
Yeah, they did.
You're disappointed with it?
I'm not disappointed. It just, I don't know. It didn't. I needed to see more. I guess it just kind of looked. I love Platinum Games, but some of these third-person action games are starting to get samey, and not just from Platinum Games. It's like from anyone.
Mm-hmm.
So It's cool that you're like tethered to another person, and they didn't show their whole hand. They were just like, "Oh, check this out. Oh, we'll talk more about it later."
Yeah, they did a lot of that in the direct. They're like, "Hey, if you're wondering about why there are two people here, well, guess what? We'll talk about it later." And I'm like, "God damn it!" But I'm interested based off of the setting. It's very cyberpunkish a little bit, and you know, the futuristic shit, and it's all flashy. So it looks weird. If they release more, I'm definitely gonna probably get it, but whatever. Then finally, the last game, which we already talked about already, The Legend of Zelda: Link's Awakening, and people went fucking nuts. Like on YouTube, like they had like live reactions and stuff, and people were just going crazy. Some people cried. I'm
pretty sure I was sitting here and I was kind of like, "What? No way!" You know, kind of pretty thrilled about it because those people and I probably played the game as a kid. Like when I had a Game Boy as a very young kid, I had two games, that and Pokemon Blue, and I loved them both.
Yeah, like I said, I never played it, so that's definitely on the list of games I'm going to be playing. So, and it looks good, and obviously I'm always going to play the original before I play the new one. So, because that's who I am now. Retro dubs. After this direct, pretty much they announced Resident Evil 0, 1, and 4 coming May 21st, which is interesting, and I guess I'm gonna buy those games again.
No, you skipped over that they dated Final Fantasy 9, 7, 12, whatever else. 9 is out now.
Yeah, I forgot about that. 9 is on the store for $21, I think.
Yeah, what a weird amount.
Yeah, so are you gonna get it on the Switch, or you already have?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Sweet.
I was gonna buy it right away, but I didn't want to start it yet, so I figured the worst I could do was wait to see if the price came down at all for any reason.
I don't think.
But I'm probably gonna buy it before too long.
Yeah, I'm definitely getting 9, and I'm getting 7. When did they say 7 is coming out, by the way?
I can't remember. I think it's in March, though. It's not that long.
Mm-hmm. Man, Final Fantasy, Resident Evil, and to the second direct, which was only 7 minutes. 7 minutes and 7 seconds, actually.
Hang on. Before we talk about Pokemon Direct, I kind of wanted to at least mention, and of course we can talk about this also. We could talk about this also on Trouble. The night before they released the new trailer for Detective Pikachu, a movie that I thought would be, okay, maybe it'll be decent. Man, that trailer really sold me on that game. God damn it, I can't stop doing it. Really sold me on that movie. That movie looks hilarious, and I didn't realize that seeing all these Pokemon super would be so entertaining. But it's interesting because it was the night before the Pokemon Direct. They kind of did it back to back. I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think it was on purpose.
Yeah.
Before we move on to the Pokemon, kind of going back to the first direct, people were upset about that direct, by the way.
Man, people are going to be upset about every direct. They can announce a new Animal Crossing Metroid F-Zero. They could announce a new fucking Earthbound. They could announce 16 new Pokemon games, an MMORPG, a Mario beat-em-up sex simulator. They can announce everything. And people still be pissed off. It doesn't matter. That's the way that people are on Twitch and YouTube and Twitter and stuff. So, I don't know. But you got to look for what makes you happy, which I saw a lot that made me happy. So fuck 'em.
Yeah, it made me happy, and there was a lot of games that I'm just like, because I'm getting into these games again, is just like, wow, these JRPGs look pretty good, and it's gonna look pretty good on my Switch. So I just don't understand. Like, we know we're gonna get Animal Crossing, we know we're gonna get Metroid Prime.
Yeah.
They're obviously saving that for E3.
Yeah. What's the problem? Like, people. Oh, there's no trailer. Like, God damn it! It's not coming out in April, you idiot. Just give it some more time.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand. Like, if that's what you're most thrilled about, that's fine. I have to admit, I was getting a little antsy in the pantsy to hear about the new Pokemon, just because I've been playing Moon and White and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
All hyped up on Pokemon.
Yeah. So,
but a little patience. Sorry, I keep interrupting.
That's all right. Moving on to like Pokemon now. I kind of want to throw this out. I get it that maybe they're not ready to show things, but 7 minutes, man, for just like teasing the new Pokemon games. I would rather them wait, and I get it that they probably did it because of Pikachu Detective movie.
Partially, the Pokemon Company gets to do their own directs at their discretion.
Mm-hmm.
I don't remember where I read that. I might even ask, but they get to do like their own thing. And there's a few other things, Smash Brothers, for instance, that always get kind of their own direct sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
Pokemon's just one of them. They probably wanted to do them together, but they were like, we gotta stick at least a week in between. So
yeah, but what I always notice about the Pokemon Company is when they have news to announce, they kind of just throw it all at you. And I get it that they're used to doing like handheld games and all that stuff, and they're not big into like consoles. So when they, what's up?
Hang on just a second. I gotta do right back. Okay?
All right, I'm gonna talk to.
Sorry, I know it's weird, but 1 second. Hang on.
I'm gonna talk to these sweet people here. So how is your day, everybody? I'm here sitting with a Coca-Cola and a s'mores after this podcast, and my voice is always like getting fucked up when I'm doing these podcasts. Probably because I have other people that are sleeping while I'm doing it. Maybe we should do it during the daytime, but life gets in the way, everybody. That's why we do it at night sometimes. I have a job. And I came on the job. Like, I play with my Nintendo Switch and my new PSP. But yeah, Pokemon I'm excited for. Kind of go back to Pokemon Let's Go Eevee. Been having really fun with that. I don't really care about the dress up. I think that's more for catering for the females. You could put like cute clothes on them. You could actually buy the clothes, and I put I put the Team Rocket gear on both me and the Pokemon. So I thought when I put it on, people were gonna be like pissed off at me, like, "Oh, Team Rocket, you guys are fucking assholes." But nobody really cares. It's just so that you could wear Team Rocket, and I'm just like, this is lame. And yeah, so doing that, where you just go in, if anybody remembers Pokemon Yellow, is when you go in the arcade, you press the button, and you go into Team Rocket's headquarters. You get like a bunch of items down there by going on the little arrows that make you spin for some strange reason. I guess because the momentum makes you spin in circles. And then you fight a bunch of Team Rocket people, and then you fight Team Rocket. Then you fight one of the big Team Rocket people, and then you fight the owner of Team Rocket, I guess, which is Giovanni, and he has like the cat Pokemon things. I'm not good with names, but he was pretty challenging. I used my Eevee and pretty much kept on using man, I'm bad with the freaking the moves, but pretty much it's like a tackle move, and because you tackle them so hard that you hurt yourself. So I've been using that one where you're like you you go like supersonic, and you're all fiery and stuff, and you crash into the Pokemon and you hurt yourself. And I actually really dig the ghost tower that you're on too, where the ghost tower, um, you go up the flight of stairs and you fight all these like witches, I guess, and these ghastlies are, following you. And if you get touched by one of the ghosts, you start back at, the first floor. So that was interesting, and the game is beautiful on the Switch. Buy it. I hear Andy's coming back.
All right. Sorry about that. Sorry.
I talked that whole time.
Oh, did you?
Yes.
I'm getting over a stomach bug. If I wasn't in the bathroom right then, there was going to be problems.
Gotcha. So, well, let's quickly talk about Pokemon so we can sign off really quickly.
No, it's okay. I'm good.
Okay, cool. So, they announced Pokemon Shield and Sword.
Yes.
The map looks freaking huge, by the way. What do you think about the map?
It looks really cool, but it's strange that it's like it's cut off on both sides, and it just kind of seems to be like a south progression, which is fine, I guess. I don't know. It's such a weird. Apparently, it's based on the UK, as far as anyone can guess. So that kind of makes sense. It's like just a big island.
Mm-hmm. I think it's gonna be like it shows like it's a big map, but I think when you're in it, it's gonna have like the scale of like Breath of the Wild. I don't know. I just had that vibe when I was looking at the environments that they were showing.
I'm sure it'll be a pretty big place. There's a high res scan of the map floating around online. I found it on Reddit, and it's pretty cool. You can zoom in and see a bunch of interesting little features.
And it kind of looks like they're going back the old school route of when you're in the grass and you see a Pokemon and you have to battle it in order to catch it.
Yeah, this is a regular core Pokemon RPG.
Mm-hmm. So that was interesting. They showed a bunch of dungeons that you go into. It looked like you go in like these tunnels and stuff. So hopefully that's going to be pretty cool and pretty cool to catch Pokemon. But they didn't show too much. They just showed the environment. They showed the map. And then they showed the 3 starter Pokemons. What do you think about the starter Pokemons?
I can't decide which one I like better between Sobble, the water one, Chameleon, or Scorbunny, the fire starter. Grookey looks cool too, whatever. But I don't know. I'm leaning Sobble myself. I like Chameleon, visible guy. That seems like it'll be real cool in his later evolutions.
I like Grookey. I think that looks cool. Yeah, I think I'm gonna.
Good. I'm glad someone likes Grookey because I've been hearing a lot of people on the other 2 sides. That's great.
Yeah, fuck haters. Grookey all the way. Team Grookey. But what I was saying before is like when the Pokemon company usually announces everything, they say, "Hey, it's coming out like November." This one, they're just like, "Oh, late 2019," and I'm like, "Oh, this could get pushed back. This could go probably early 2020."
Maybe, but we know that they've been working on this game for, I think, at least 3 years.
Mm-hmm.
There's listings from online for the Pokemon company looking for programmers for this game. At least people are really sure it's this game.
Yeah.
So
they've been
working on it for a while. I have a lot of faith in Nintendo. They have pushed stuff back, and that's fine. But if this doesn't make Christmas, I feel like that would be a big hit to their bottom.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen, I think they wanted to put this out here to kind of tease it, and then obviously at E3 they go, boom, this is what gameplay looks like. Are you guys excited? And then the release date comes out. It'd be like November or early December or something like that.
Yeah, I was thinking, like, normally I would say late October, November, but it's Nintendo, so first week of December or sometime in...
Mm-hmm. Or even late December. I could see late December too. Because Didn't they do that with Smash?
Smash was the 7th first week.
Yeah. Oh
I
well.
think.
Yeah,
Or
but
maybe it was the 12th. I don't know, whatever. It was late-ish.
yeah. Do you have any final says about the Pokemon? Like I said, it was short and sweet. I wish they waited a little bit longer so that we could have more info, but obviously they're saving that for E3.
That's fine. I mean, tease us. That's what give me a little tickle. That's fine.
Little tickle. Nice. Moving on. Kind of sad news, but like bittersweet news. It's not like somebody died. But Reggie is retiring from Nintendo of America, and Doug Bowser is taking over. Yes, that's his last name, Bowser.
I love it.
People are like
It's so great.
people are making fun of him. I'm like, come on, he's a nice guy.
Seems like it. I love the. I know you've seen it because it's been everywhere now. But the picture of him, like, thanks for the warm welcome. I don't know if it's from when he got hired or this time most recently, but in the background you can see a Mario and Luigi plush that are tied up with the controller cable. It's fun.
Yeah, yeah, I remember that.
Lots of people making lots of fun about his name. One of my favorites was someone tweeted, "Oh, and just as surprising as that, Activision announced that their new CEO will be named Steve Lootbox."
But I've heard good things about Doug Bowser. Obviously, knowing Reggie, he wouldn't retire without having a good replacement.
Yeah, yeah. He said specifically in his farewell that the guy had spent too much time at a Donkey Kong machine, and I read some other stuff about how he's actually a gamer. So
Hmm.
thank God for that. That is, I really think that's what's making it different. People who run it actually care about games. They don't just care about money like all these other companies do. And yes, they're companies. That's what they're supposed to do.
Yeah,
But that's why I like buying it.
yeah. I think with new faces is going to be good for Nintendo. Especially when you have a gamer like Doug Bowser who's used to gaming like Donkey Kong and probably all the like Super Mario and all that stuff. Obviously, because Bowser, he's a big fan of Bowser because his last name is Bowser.
Yeah.
So that's gonna be interesting. But it kind of sideblinded me. I didn't hear about like Reggie wanting to retire. They just put out a tweet saying Reggie has something to say, and he's like, I am retiring in a couple of months. Doug Bowser is coming in, and he says, I will be taking the new position, which will be a Nintendo fan. So, what is your favorite moment of Reggie, by the way?
Mm, I really liked that stupid. I think it was the Robot Chicken skit where he was the Reginator and he's using lasers and stuff like that. That's great. And of course, I love the even though the game ended up sucking, the announcement trailer, um, uh, Star Fox Zero, where he and Iwata and Miyamoto were all making the
Puppets?
puppets. Yeah,
Yeah.
that was the best. I fucking love it. Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I like the E3 where he was like the Reginator and the whole my body is ready kind of thing.
Yeah.
Uh, I think what I really liked about him was when the Nintendo Wii came out. Where was that Nintendo Wii? Where he's like, "We're gonna kick ass and take names and all that stuff," because we're Nintendo. I'm thinking that was Wii, but a lot of people give him flack. A lot of people think he's fake. Do you think he's like fake that he doesn't play any of the games? I think he plays the games. He has to play the games.
I
Nintendo.
think he plays some games, but I mean, maybe he's a little fake or whatever. But there's so many accounts of people saying I was at E3 and I was playing Smash Brothers, and then Reggie walked up next to me and started playing Smash Brothers, and he sucks.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe he has to play at least some, just to be able to talk about them the way he does. I think he's played some.
Mm-hmm.
And I think he legit has favorites and games that he isn't necessarily super in love with. I'm just sad to see, and he's not gone yet, so who knows? I'd love to see him do the very last day there. Amazingly, like the trolliest, most hilarious, memeiest thing he could do is the last day he's there finally get Mother 3 translated for American audiences, because there's so many instances of him being asked and introduced at it, and he's always saying, "Oh, I'd love to. I love that game. I love Earthbound. I want to do it. It's the best. That they won't do it. I'm trying. I'm hoping for you. It'd be hilarious."
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my friend wants Mother 3 out, and I'm like, oh, I don't know, maybe Doug Bowser would do it.
Reggie's trying. He has been. He's famously. There's a cool video from Stop Skeletons from Fighting that chronicles all the major times he's been asked about and reasons why and stuff like that. It's a good video, but it's an interesting thing to be aware of. I just don't understand why they do it. God, come on, just buy the fan translation. That's not their style.
Maybe they're gonna release it in the Nintendo app thing online or something along that line. I guess whatever.
That'd be fine too. I don't care. It's a Game Boy Advance game though.
Well, when they do the Game Boy Advance portion of
I don't
it.
want to wait that long. God damn it.
Very true. Moving on to more Switch news, by the way. Any final things about Reggie?
He deserves it to retire and have his years ahead of him of being a lazy guy.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. He's a hard worker. He's my favorite game CEO. He's the best.
It's gonna be weird not seeing him in the
Directs.
Yeah. So.
I mean, it took me a little while to get used to not playing.
It's time for Doug Bowser. Time for him to shine in the directs. So, anyway, some Microsoft news with Switch that caught my eye a little bit, and it's still confusing on how they would do this, and it would pretty much kill the Xbox hardware, in my opinion. But there is rumors going around that the Xbox Game Pass is coming to Switch, and I don't know how they're gonna do that with like Halo and Crackdown 3.
I've seen a lot of these rumors that Nintendo and Microsoft to get together on something. You know, cross-platform play obviously is in place, but they want to do something like that. And it's already official that Microsoft has the infrastructure for their Xbox. I want to say Xbox Live, but it's not that. The infrastructure for their online Xbox nonsense, they now have so that you can license it for use on smartphones and on the Switch.
Oh,
So
Xbox everywhere.
Yeah, Xbox everywhere. If a company wanted to, they could integrate that into the Switch. So that does seem like the first logical step to what you're saying may be happening. I don't know if it'll be anything broad like that. If it would happen, I would suspect it would be like Xbox Pass for Switch, and it would just be a Halo game, a Gears game.
Well,
please, a Forza game. Put Forza on the Switch. Come on.
Well, this is what I think is going to happen. I don't think any of the... I mean, maybe some of them that might be able to work on the Switch, unless they're going to have it stream on there, which I don't think would work.
That'd be a mistake, I think.
Yeah.
Look, I understand the games are going to look... I mean, it's the Switch. The Switch is still... People underestimate the Switch a lot. But, yeah, it's still... There's a lot of games that get ported to it, and the audio is heavily. It's real.
Yeah, I think what's going to happen is that they're going to have the Xbox Game Pass on there, but it's going to be a revised list of games of what they could play. So there's going to be a lot.
It'll just be like a bunch of Xbox Live K classics or something. Yeah.
That would be cool.
Explosion Man and Geometry Man and stuff.
I would dig that.
Yeah, I'd get down on that.
Mm-hmm. And what I was trying to say before, but maybe they're gonna work on something, because since Nintendo has a bad rap of having an online infrastructure, that somehow they're both gonna work hand in hand to come up with a system for the Switch, kind of like an Xbox Live for the Switch, where maybe you could hook up your Xbox Live account to the Switch, so you could have party systems and all that stuff.
I've dreamed about something like that for years, because all my friends would always be on one thing, call it Xbox Live in the 360 days. then I'd want to play a PS3 game, but I'd still kind of want to see, oh, my friends playing Gears right now, and I'm missing out on mode. I wish I could chat, I could do the other stuff. And I always kind of wished for something.
Mm-hmm. And I could totally see them doing that since, Sony is like the big boss man, pretty much. And I could totally see them working, and I could totally see Xbox going into third party. I mean, I wouldn't mind having Microsoft games on Nintendo. And
That would be cool, but I don't think they are in such dire straits.
well, not yet. I mean, we have to see what the next system's going to be about. I know the next system, they're going to have one where you could put physical CDs in there, or Blu-rays, I should say. CDs is kind of old school. And then they're going to have like a digital only console, which I think is going to bomb because people still want physical media. Because you got to think of it this way. And I know I've said that digital is for me, and it still is kind of for my PlayStation 4. But you got to think, when the internet goes, if you have no internet, all those games that you have on there, if they're not on, if you don't have them downloaded, kind of sucks, because then you have to re-download them somehow, and that's a fucking disaster right there. And same with Steam games. They're all digital, they're all nice when they're on sale and everything, but once that internet goes, all those 300 games that you have on Steam are fucking useless.
Well, except for one do have to.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, really, really interesting. I think that's going to be an E3 announcement. I think what's going to happen is Phil Spencer is going to be on the stage. He's going to be like, we're having a new console coming out, and we're also going to have a new partnership. And then you're going to see I almost said Iwata. I think you'll see Doug Bowser. I think Doug Bowser might be the guy. Come on stage and pretty much say that Nintendo and Xbox are having a partnership, and we're gonna put Xbox Game Pass on the Switch. And then maybe they might throw in there that, hey, Xbox Live Anywhere is gonna be on the Switch too. So that would be interesting. What do you think about that?
It would be interesting, but I don't think anything like
True. But I guess we'll see.
I mean, it would, like I said, it would be very cool, very interesting. I think it'll be a much, much smaller step.
Yep. Man, how many more months we have? We have March, April, May, and June. 4 months until E3.
You hang your coat heavily on E3. I totally fucked up that metaphor, but you know what I mean. You really bank on E3.
Mm-hmm. It's the
E3 is getting out of here, man. Nintendo hasn't been there in forever. Sony's not going. Fuck E3. E3 is going to be nothing in a few years.
Well,
I hope.
The directs are big during E3, so
yeah. I mean, it's going to have like a central time. Hey, this is when we're all going to sense this consumer electronics show. But whatever.
It's the Super Bowl.
It's so I get tired just thinking of it. Maybe it's because I'm old.
Everybody's used to having everything quickly at their phone, being like, this is coming out this time. What I really want to fucking know is when Death Stranding's coming out. Hideo Kojima, you need to get on the fucking ball and tell me when that game's coming out. Or put out more info about the game.
2020.
I want to know what the hell I'm buying.
It's going to come out February 20th, 2020.
I mean, he still says that he's going to do it early 2019, so I guess we'll see.
Doubt.
Press X to doubt. And pretty much that's all the news, everybody. Really long podcast. We gave you a long podcast because we missed a week. But where can you catch this? We have people on Podbean now that are following us. I see 122 people following us on Podbean. So NOV network.podbean.com. Make sure to like us on iTunes, and make sure to give us a review on iTunes and comment at us on Podbean. Tell us how we did. If you have anything to say, if you comment in this episode, we will say it, and we'll say what you said in next episode, so we could have a little interaction with you and everything. But I know you're there now.
Like anti-Semitic or some shit.
Yeah, I'm not gonna repeat that. Also, if you have like YouTube channels and podcasts too, put that in there. I'll do a shout out. Help out the smaller people. I mean, if you're a person that has like 1 million viewers and stuff, I'm not shouting you out.
And if you're smaller than us, then help.
And also make sure to catch the Nemesis Project on Game Journal. We have part 1, and then part 2 will be out next week.
Part 1 was real good. I'm looking for the rest.
Yeah, part 2. I think we had more fun with part 2 than part 1. So get ready for that one. Andy, what projects are you working on?
That Ultima review. I'm gonna spin a video out of Ultima Runes of Virtue. I've kind of been writing it in my head while I was originally gonna try to play every Friday evening. I don't work out, so just go to my Twitch channel, twitch.tv/mustache. Sign up for alerts. You'll get them on your phone and in your inbox and all kinds of stuff. And then you can come watch me screw around and try to not get distracted by my dog, because she doesn't like when I play games.
Nice. And yeah, that's it, everybody. Just make sure to catch Big Trouble in Little Podcast next week. I am gonna stall right now because I don't know what we are watching.
Polar.
Oh yeah, that Matt Mickelson movie. Yeah, so make sure you watch Polar, which is on Netflix, and report back and listen to what we think about it. But until next time, everybody, I'll see you next time.
Thanks for listening.